So Sonita is a documentary about a 14-year-old girl in Iran, in Tehran. She's an Afghan
Did you not
refugee.
fancy tackling the director's name?
What?
Do you not fancy it? I've got it in front of us here.
Go on then.
Rokhsareh Ghaemmaghami. Never mind. But I was just curious as to why you didn't try that one.
I don't know. You know what I'm like with directors' names. It's just not a thing.
No.
So she's a 14-year-old girl, and basically she wants to be a rapper.
A rapper.
Be a rapper.
I'm not a rapper.
Well, she is. But her song about arranged marriage goes viral, and essentially it's her story about how she wants to sort of break free from the expected norms in that tradition in that country, and just live her dream essentially. And it's a really, really inspiring story.
It is.
Like I mean, she's such a headstrong girl. You know, you can tell that she's got like a real fire inside her, and it's just great to watch this girl who's got like so much hope, and it breaks free of the expected tradition of the whole arranged marriage stuff, and it is really, really inspiring, and it just had a massive smile on my face the entire time.
It's funny, when I was going to the film schedule to see what we had coming up, this didn't appear on my list, and it sort of showed at the Tyneside. I'm glad we saw it. Really, I'm glad. It played at Sundance, where it won the Grand Jury Prize and the Audience Award. So I should have known it was going to be really good. What it reminded me of most was Arbed's documentary in Community, when he says some flies are too cool for the wall, because there's an interesting thing the director does, Rokhsareh, I guess that's how her first name's pronounced, is that she comes off the wall, doesn't she? She kind of involves herself in the documentary, whereas some documentarians wouldn't do that. They would simply observe. They have this conversation in the film saying, no, we can't just observe, we have to interject at this point. And that's a really brave thing that the film does to make it more than what it already was. It's an inspiring story, but the director herself is very brave in changing things.
I think she might have needed to intervene, to be honest, because
exactly,
sometimes people do need a push to help them, because they haven't, in the situation that Sonita is in. She couldn't obviously have had the finances and resources that she needed to fulfill her dream.
I mean, the director says in the film that decision could have jeopardised the whole film. That could have shelved the entire thing. But really, it just pushes it on even further. Sonita's an interesting subject for a documentary, because she, in this sort of in Iran, she's Afghani. It's a different rule for her, isn't it? She doesn't get a choice of whether she gets married or not. She's forced.
The music video was a protest against her family trying to sell her as a child bride.
The Iranians who live in Iran, they have the choice, whereas because she's Afghani, she doesn't have the choice. What's funny is that not funny, but what's curious is that she seems to be the only person who's brave enough. Like, she seems to be the only person who's not brainwashed in some sense. Like, everybody else seems to accept their fate. They'll have these conversations about, I was married when I was like 15. I didn't love him, I still don't love him, but that's just how it is. That's tradition. And she's the only person who seems to kind of have the guts to say something and do something, and for that reason alone, and for a 14-year-old, she's very headstrong and a very good subject for a film. So that's Sonita, a very good film.
Very good film, yeah, easily recommended.
Me too. Documentary of the year categorizer.
Yeah, it's up there.